From legendary Edgerunners to sentient AI systems and everything between that Night City has to offer, this is what CDPR delivered on their final gameplay trailer of Cyberpunk 2077. I watched this over and over and selected 20 small things that you might have missed when watching it. Wanna check them out? So come with me. On number 1, we have a whole scene that is packed with small details. I will play it whole before breaking it down for you.
They got a lock on us! Engine's been hit!
Get us out of here!
I'm losing control!
First of all, there is Rogue, but not a young Rogue as we seen on the Johnny Silverhand trailer. This is an older version of her that really looks like the one we saw in the lore book, so this is probably 2077. Another strong evidence of this is that this is not the point of view of Silverhand, so this is V. Also, it is clearly the Arasaka HQ of 2077 and not on the past. A couple of missiles hit the AV, and you can even see the 3D model of them. The pilot dies, and we have to jump off mid-air. The thing is, we're not wearing any parachutes. Instead, we are both using rocket boots, Star-Lord or Iron Man style. That scene is so cool. Man, the hype. Moving on to number 2, V and an unknown female character are scuba diving on what appears to be the flooded ruins of some old town. Some people say that this is on the coastline, but I highly doubt that climate change would have submerged that much of Night City. My bet is that we are diving on the Petrochem Dam. It's not uncommon for whole towns to be flooded when building dams, so that is probably what happened here. I already knew that we would be able to swim from a dev interview a few months ago, but I wasn't expecting anything this elaborated. On number 3, we have Misty, girlfriend of probably very dead Jackie Wells. My theory is that we cannot save him from the end of the prologue no matter what we do, but well, we'll have to wait a few more days to be sure. The detail I would like to point out here is that we are at Victor Place, which is under Misty Exoteric Store, and based on what she said to us, I assume this is just after the prologue when we learn that we have the digital ghost of Silverhand in our brain. On number 4, we have what looks like the Cerebro from the old X-Men movies. When looking closer, we can see the logo for the Delmain company. And you may be wondering why this is a big deal. And well, this is the same company that run those automated combat cabs that V used to flee from a gunfight during the first cinematic trailer ever. Not only that, the company itself is run by sentient AIs, so my bet is that this place could even be the main brain for that AI system. On number 5, we have a guy getting shot in the face. Well, that would just be a regular Friday in Night City if it wasn't the Night City government logo in the background. From that, we can assume this is a public building, even the mayor offices maybe. A fun fact is that we already saw this guy more than 2 years ago during the first gameplay ever released. Really cool, huh? Moving on to number 6, we have Royce, Dum Dum, and an unknown female chilling at a nightclub, probably owned by Maelstroms, and my bet is that this is the Totem Test Club, a Night City classic that has been open since the 2020s. As they say, if a night here in the Totems has a body count of less than a dozen, it is a failure. On number 7, we get the scene where V is talking to Takemura about revenge, but that is not what got my attention here. Just note how there's a shirtless dude on the right. I guess that no shirt, no service rule is no longer valid in 2077. On number 8, we are in a meeting on a fancy building, and the guy refers to the woman as Elizabeth. Why is this important? Well, Elizabeth Kress was the president of the new United States of America from 2019 to at least 2045, according to the lore. We know that by 2069, the president elected was Rosalind Myers, and I'm not sure if we know who is the acting president by 2077. I wonder what the president would want with V. Well, if that's Elizabeth Kress after all. Before we move on to our next on this list, I would like to inform you that on December 10, just a few hours after the game gets released globally, I will start uploading my post-launch Cyberpunk 2077 content. The first video in line is a full comparison between PS4, PS5 and PC graphics, and the next one on the list on December 11 will be an accurate measurement of the total map size of the game. Also, tomorrow I will be launch the 10 or 20 or whatever things you missed on the photo mode trailer. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button and activate the notification bell, cause next week is gonna be insane. Alright, back into the list. Number 9, we have a collection of prosthetic arms on the wall. What is notable here is that one of them is the same one Johnny Silverhand had. There's also a golden one that is very similar to what his girlfriend Alt used to have. Well, this could mean multiple things. Considering those arms are the real deal, this could be either a museum or V's personal collection. It may sound weird, but we know from trophy leaks that we'll be able to collect the belongings of Johnny. Another possibility is that those are fake. I mean, they could be replicas, they could be licensed by someone who owns the rights of the Samurai or Silverhand band, or maybe those are just old arms that were mass-produced back in the days, who knows. Moving on to number 10, we get finishing moves. Here, V jumps from a higher ground, kicks the Urazaka troop in the back and smashes his skull on the floor. Pretty graphical. We also saw stealthily immobilization on this trailer when V sneaks behind someone and grabs it from the neck, which leads us to number 11. This is a really small detail, but made me wonder why the hell this guy is using a pouch from the Trauma team. Is this a souvenir from someone he killed? Is this an ex-TT member that just went rogue? Or he just brought this on the street? On number 12, we have V holding a pair of dog tags, which are remarkably similar to the ones worn by Silverhand. As I said earlier, we'll be able to collect Johnny's belongings, and that probably would include clothing, cybernetics, instruments, and of course his classic Porsche. On number 13, we have Takemura commanding V to kill a crippled cyborg that was impaled against the wall. Moving on to number 14, there is another flashback from 2023, the final showdown between Silverhand and the cyborg Adam Smasher. From this scene, I just can't possibly imagine any way where Silverhand survives this encounter with just a pistol. So yeah, this is very likely the last memory of Johnny before dying. Also, note how different Adam Smasher is when compared to this other scene, probably in 2077. On Johnny's flashback, he's much more human-like, although according to the lore, he is already a full cyborg here. Moving on to number 15, this is V waking up after getting shot in the head by Dexter. If you think about it, it links just perfectly with the previous scene. There we had Silverhand last memories, and this is probably his first memories after waking up inside V, so that's kind of complete the circle. We also see Takemura, so he's probably the one who rescues us and hopefully kills Dex just after it. On number 16, we have dialogue options with the Tiger Claw bosses. Based on the options is linked to the mission we got to do in the Clouds Brothel. Note how Judy is pushing us to finish them off. I believe that Judy has her own agenda and then she's probably just using V. If that's the case, I cannot wait to see a bunch of people raging in the internet how CDPR crushed their dreams by making Judy a traitor. Well, a few more days and we'll all see. On number 17, we had one of the most dystopian scenes of this whole trailer. A VR-based shooting range for kids. Note how on the table here there are kid drawings and the gun and visor all look like toys. Also, it appears that we are in the 66th Street turf and target dummies are Valentinos. It can't get any more dystopic than teaching kids how to murder our rivals. On number 18, there is one of my favorite details of this trailer. We have a scene of Carrie Aerodyne and what looks like to be the other Samurai members playing in a concert. Well, nothing special here, at least until you realize two things. First, this is Carrie of 2077 and not from the 2000s, which means that this is the point of view of V. Also, note how the left hand is a mixture of human and prosthetic overlay. My theory is that we got to play with the Samurai in a concert and that Silverhand is taking control of the act. On this other scene, inside Liz's bar, we are double wielding some booze, and again, one of the arms is a mixture of Silverhands. I really cannot wait to see all those interactions between Keanu Reeves and us. On number 19, we have apartment customization. Probably. This is clearly V's place on the mega building number 10, and note how empty that is. There's almost no furniture or decor. My bet is that there is some kind of interface on the apartment where you can order furniture online that gets delivered next time you're around. Finally, on number 20, we got to see Skinny Dip with the one and only, the legendary rocker boy, Carrie Aerodyne. I mean, there's not much to say after you see that little cute butt, right? With only a week left until the game is here, the hype could not be any higher. Hit that like if you liked this video and don't forget to take your anxiety pill, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching and I see you next time.